Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna teach you some strategies that I use in order to deliver the best speeches possible. Also, I would like to say that this is the second part of my latest video, where I talked a little bit on how to prepare a speech. So if you want to give your best performance, I really suggest that you start by the beginning. That is the video that I'm gonna put at the end of this one, so that you can definitely check all of the steps of the process in order to get the best of it. So without further ado, let's jump to the video. The thing that I judge the most important when talking to people is body language, because it is exactly this that is going to allow people to connect with you. Imagine this following situation. I am talking to you, but I am simply crossing my arms and not making any movement at all. This is extremely uncomfortable for the people who are listening to you. Of course, you can understand everything that I'm saying, but at the same time, it isn't pleasant. But I really think that the most natural thing and the most pleasant one is when people really interact with you by utilizing their body language as well. It seems like if they were talking from the bottom of their hearts. And when talking to an audience, I am really sure that this is exactly your goal. The second thing that I would like to talk with you is about making eye contact with your audience. Let's imagine this following situation. I'm talking to you just as now about the importance of eye contact, but at the same time, I'm just not looking at you. You feel a little bit uncomfortable because it seems that I'm not paying attention to you, and therefore you are not going to be comfortable with me, and therefore you're not going to connect with what I'm saying. So that's the importance of making eye contact with your audience. This is what is going to allow people to pay more attention to what you're saying, and therefore allow them to connect with everything that you say. The third advice that I would like to give you is to stand out. And what do I mean by that? Basically, we're going to identify the characteristics that are unique to you and apply them when you are public speaking. And I'm gonna give you an example of that. At the very end of last year, I had to give a presentation speech for my graduation. So it was me and also another girl that studied with me, and each one of us was supposed to prepare a different speech. So she went first, and her speech was a little bit more different than mine. For example, mine was a little bit deep, was a little bit more profound, and as I said before, hers was a little bit more outgoing, but at the same time, the audience liked both equally, independently of the subject of your speech or on how you are going to make this approach. What matters the most is how the audience is going to engage with what you're saying. And that's exactly the goal of it, to make your own path, to utilize your own characteristics, to make your speeches or presentations unique. Another thing that you certainly must know if you want to become a flawless speaker is storytelling, because everyone knows that giving an example or telling a story makes it very much easier for people to understand what you're saying and also to engage with your content. My last advice for you is to be familiarized with the content that you are talking about. Nobody is going to enjoy your content if you are simply talking to make a protocol or anything like that. That's why most people don't like to present assignments in school or do similar things in jobs or in other places. That's because they aren't connected with the content that they are talking about. And in my sincere opinion, I really think that people should only talk about the things that they really care about and also of the things that they are in favor of. So make sure at least to be familiarized with the content before you speak. People can tell the difference between a person that is highly prepared for that thing and a person that is simply doing this because they have an obligation of doing this thing. So if you want to become a master of speaking, this is definitely one of the things that you must put in your to-do list. Also, if you really want to go deep in these contents of storytelling, of public speaking, or even communication, I really suggest that you take a look at the videos that are going to be in the description. Also, my suggestion for you is to start with my last video that is going to be right here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.